Imagine waking up one day and realizing that everything you perceive, every color, sound, texture, and even your sense of self, is not an objective reality, but a construct of your brain. The world you experience is not the world as it is, but a carefully crafted illusion shaped by your mind. This is not a metaphor. This is neuroscience. Your brain does not detect reality, it creates it. This might sound radical, but consider this. Your eyes do not see. Your ears do not hear. Your skin does not feel. Instead, they collect data, frequencies of light, waves of sound, changes in pressure, and send these signals to your brain. Then, and only then, does your brain interpret these signals and transform them into what you experience as reality. There is no inherent redness in an apple, no intrinsic melody in a song. These sensations exist only in your mind. You do not experience the world directly. You experience a simulation of it. The famous neuroscientist Donald Hoffman argues that our perceptions have evolved not to show us reality, but to guide our survival. If evolution prioritized truth, then every living creature would perceive the world accurately. But they don't. A bat experiences the world through echolocation, a snake detects infrared radiation, and bees perceive ultraviolet light patterns invisible to human eyes. If these creatures had human-like consciousness, their version of reality would be drastically different from ours. Which reality, then, is the real one? The answer is none of them. Every organism experiences a filtered and altered version of the world, tailored to its needs for survival. Consider your own vision. You see a world filled with vibrant colors, but those colors do not exist outside your perception. Color is simply how your brain interprets different wavelengths of light. If you had the eyes of a mantis shrimp, you would see an unimaginable spectrum of colors beyond human comprehension. The same principle applies to all your senses. What you hear is a limited range of frequencies that other animals, like elephants and dolphins, can perceive far beyond. What you touch is merely a translation of electrical signals interpreted as pressure, temperature, or texture. Every sensation is a product of your mind's internal model. Your perception of time follows the same principle. The sensation of the present moment is just an illusion created by your brain to make sense of your experiences. Neuroscientific research shows that the brain processes information with a slight delay, meaning that what you perceive as the now is actually a reconstruction of the past. Your consciousness is always lagging behind reality, yet you never notice it because your brain stitches together these delayed moments into a seamless experience. What about your sense of self? Your identity, your personality, your memories, these too are constructs of the brain. The brain does not store memories like a video recording. Instead, it constantly rewrites them based on new experiences and emotions. Studies have shown that memories can be altered or even fabricated, meaning that the version of the past you believe in might not be accurate at all. Your sense of identity is built upon a foundation of shifting memories and interpretations, yet it feels solid and unquestionable. Now consider a profound implication of this reality-building mechanism. If your brain creates your experience of the world, then changing how your brain interprets information changes your reality. This is why two people can witness the same event and recall completely different versions of it. It is why your mood can affect how you perceive the world. When you are happy, the world appears brighter and more welcoming. When you are sad, the same world seems dull and uninviting. Your brain does not passively record reality. It actively constructs it based on your thoughts, emotions, and expectations. This brings us to an astonishing realization. If reality is a construct, then it can be reshaped. The way you think, the beliefs you hold, and the narratives you tell yourself do not just influence your perspective, they shape the very fabric of your world. This is why practices like visualization and affirmations work, not because they change an external reality, but because they change the internal model your brain constructs. Studies in neuroscience have shown that the brain does not distinguish between imagined and real experiences. The same neural pathways activate whether you physically perform an action or vividly imagine it. Athletes use this principle to enhance their performance. Musicians use it to refine their skills. The mind, in many ways, creates the body's reality. If the world you experience is a mental construct, then the limits you perceive are self-imposed. Your fears, doubts, and insecurities are not reflections of an external truth. They are stories your brain has crafted based on past conditioning. When you realize this, you also realize that you can rewrite these stories. If you perceive yourself as incapable, then your brain constructs a reality in which you fail. If you believe you are powerful, then your brain creates a world where opportunities unfold before you. The external world does not dictate your life. Your internal world does. Take, for example, the placebo effect. Time and time again, studies have demonstrated that when people believe they are receiving treatment, even if they are given nothing but a sugar pill, their bodies respond as if they have been healed. Their belief alone triggers biological processes that facilitate recovery. This phenomenon extends beyond medicine. If you believe a certain food will give you energy, your body responds accordingly. If you believe an experience will be joyful, you are more likely to find joy in it. Your expectations shape your reality in ways you may not even realize. This understanding shifts the way we approach life. If reality is not fixed but malleable, then you have the power to reshape your experience. You can choose to interpret setbacks as failures or as opportunities for growth. You can choose to see the world as hostile or as abundant. Every thought you entertain reinforces a particular version of reality, and over time, your brain wires itself to make that reality more persistent. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself, demonstrates that your mental habits sculpt the structure of your mind. The more you practice a certain way of thinking, the stronger those neural pathways become, making it easier to perceive reality in that way. So what does this mean for you? It means that changing your life starts with changing your mind. You do not have to be trapped by old patterns of thought. You do not have to accept limitations as absolute. You can train your brain to create a new reality, one where you are capable, where success flows effortlessly, where happiness is not a distant dream but a present experience. The world is not something you merely observe, it is something you actively generate. The moment you truly grasp this, you unlock a level of freedom most people never realize they have. You are not just a passive observer of reality. You are its creator. The question is, what kind of reality will you choose to build?